You need to go with some sense. Don't be going talking reckless, cussing, talking crazy. Like, you should still have some type of boundaries and respect for your friend. Like, don't let your emotions get you up. Because I have been in physical fights with friends before. Wow.
Thanks. Ooh. Definitely, I think I'm a type of person, quality over quantity. Like, I don't need to be liked. I don't need to have a bunch of fluff around me. I don't like fake I like real, raw, authentic people. So I feel like my circle is really, really small because of that. And I'm cool with that.
You know, I really doubt that. Boom. And we gotta, I think.
You don't like it? Welcome back to Pizza and Champagne. I'm Tasia.
And I'm Jasmine.
And we're back, episode 5 today. Hopefully y'all are in a good mood. Hopefully y'all are joining us on this lovely Thursday, whatever day of the week that you're watching this. We hope that it serves you well. We got a real good topic today, but we're gonna get there. How you feel?
I feel good. I feel a little sleepy though. I ain't gonna lie.
This girl always sleepy. This girl be getting naps.
Working. But I feel good. I'm happy to be here. I'm glad to be back in DC.
I've been a little frustrated because I saw something that made everything, it was frustrating, but it made everything make sense for me because your girl been struggling, like trying to balance. We talked about hustling, balancing multiple jobs, and I ran across this on my socials. You know, we gotta get into the hot takes, and one of these things, it just really resonated with me.
Young people are still living with their parents. These are not strictly college students looking to save money on room and board. We're talking about a record 25 million people under 35, higher than at any time in history. Now that includes more than 20% of 25 to 29-year-olds and more than 10% of 30 to 34-year-olds. These young people aren't just sitting around at home. About 70% of them are employed. But a lot of them say that they haven't left the nest because they can't afford one of their own. The median home price last year hit $430,000, up more than 34% before the pandemic. The median monthly rent has climbed nearly 18%.
Check out. Rent is due.
Same time every month.
I wish I was living with my mama.
That triggered me because I don't feel bad because it gets hard. It gets hard paying these bills by yourself, no help. But we're doing it. We're making it happen. But I ain't mad at nobody that's staying at home with their parents. I'm actually very jealous if you have that type of support system where you can just go home. You got somebody you can go home to?
I can go to my mama's house. I think she would let me stay there if I wanted to.
I think mine would too.
Think so. But I feel like in this economy, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Paradise is Pink on Instagram said you gotta make 3 times your rent to even get approved anywhere. And that's the case. Like, it's all a setup. It's a trap. Like, how supposed to get ahead? What they call it? Robbing Peter to pay Paul. That's what's going on. Robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah, it's tough out here. Gas is high, groceries high.
I ain't boosting.
Where y'all at?
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Cause we need some help. But yeah, I'm with it. I feel like in different cultures and different communities, like, let's talk about in the Black community. I feel like a lot of families are like, when you hit 18, it's time to go. Do you feel like that? I feel like
people be pressed to go. That's the problem.
Parents not setting their kids up for success no more. They just, you on your own. You grown, you on your own. I feel like the best way to set your child up for success, let them stay there, save some money, get through college. And then we're going to talk about all that other stuff later because it's hard out here.
When you say that in the Black community, it makes me think about another post I seen about sometimes them Black mamas be going a little too hard for them sons. They be 40 years old still in that basement. But notice it's a difference. Notice they said a lot of these adults that are living with their parents are employed. So, yeah, I ain't knocking it. Socially Poppin' said being able to go home and live with a parent will always be a flex if you're fortunate to have a parent who is still there for you. So, if that's your testimony, do what you gotta do. Stay home with your parents, rack up some money, but don't be a bum. Like, at least give some groceries and some gas money, some rent money. You gotta put it in.
Yeah.
You still coming out strong, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
My daddy kicked me out when I turned 18.
Look what you made it up.
Hey.
You got a house now. You ain't
Hey, look
nobody.
at me now. All right, I had a hot take. Let me see.
There's a lot of reasons why adult friendships, particularly adult friendships between women, fall apart. But one thing I've realized, the common denominator amongst a lot of these fractures or breakups are the girls' trips. One of my previous TikToks has my whole little spiel about how, I broke up with a friend because of how she was behaving during a girls' trip. And that seemed to ignite a lot of women and said, yeah, most of my friendships or the friendships that I had where someone was behaving like this, it was after spending this significant amount of time with them on the trip. They were just sour, they were bitter, they were...
Now that's a topic in itself.
How do you feel about girls' trips?
I do think girls' trips are very revealing. I think it really does expose the dynamics of any relationship, because they even say that when you're dating a man, like going on a trip, you don't know him until you go on a trip. And I feel like, what is it about the girls going places together? When y'all go to Miami, y'all don't be coming back friends. It be Miami.
It's always Miami. What's in the air?
I had a Miami experience. It wasn't the worst, it wasn't the greatest, but things did get mixy with bringing friends around, and it was a little, but we got it right. Everybody came back friends, but I had known people personally to go out of town and say something happened, and I think it'd be when you mix friends.
This just happened to me too. Okay, so Missy Love Life says, take a girls trip right away so you don't waste time on a friendship. Cause
that trip gonna expose, okay? I agree
sure
with it.
do.
Missy,
I just cut about 2 off.
Oh, did you go on a trip with them? Did they go on the same trip?
They went on a trip. One didn't go on a trip, and that's the reason she got cut off.
Cause she couldn't make the trip.
The other one did go on a trip. And we're going to get into that in a minute, okay? On Adventure says the Miami trip is the archetype of the phenomenon. What? And I can't agree more. It's always Miami. But I will say,
what is it?
One of my best trips was in Miami with my homegirls. But that was like
a long time ago.
8 years ago. I think times have changed. And I don't know what's in the air and what people be having up their assholes.
Miami is just toxic.
It's not working.
That's what's in the air. Miami, I think it's a toxic environment for real. Think about it. I think a big part of it is you go to Miami for one. If everybody don't look the part, that's a problem. Because I have heard about trips, and not even just Miami, where friends have been turned away, like places like Cali, Atlanta, like y'all two can get in, but she can't. What do you do in situations where the people at the door is trying to play your homegirl? Or what if you the friend that's, you're not in shape, or you bigger, or you don't got the body, you don't got the BBL, you don't got the lips, you ain't got the look, and then like shit like that? What happened to No Child Left Behind?
Have you ever?
No homegirl left behind. That's my code.
Have you ever had an experience like that?
I have never had an experience like that. But what would you do? I know people.
If that's my friend, I'm gonna stick beside her.
I know that's right.
We gotta go somewhere else. You and your facility.
I've seen that. I saw that going viral not too long ago on Instagram with this girl. Her shape wasn't even bad. She wasn't even big for real. But she got turned away, and her friends went out to party, and they continued the night without her. And I think she caught a flight back, and it was just whole thing and about just not looking the part.
Oh wow. If you can't go to Bella Noches, then where can you go?
Can you go?
I know.
That friendship conversation can really take us there.
We're going to get into the main.
Let's get into the main
Let's
dish.
Get into the main dish.
Are we going to talk more about this stuff?
We're going to talk more about
because I like this. I like this.
We got to get into it. We got to break it down. But let's see, what we cooking though?
You tell me.
Okay,
You tell
that's
me.
Right, that's right. We making so we're gonna make a brie and lobster omelets.
That
Okay.
sounds
You
too
ever had
good.
anything
That
like
sounds too
that?
fire. I ain't never had it.
You know I love lobster. I could put lobster on anything. Okay.
Love omelets.
So I went to this restaurant called Another Broken Egg. Have you been there?
I have heard of it.
Okay, it's really good. And they had this on the menu. And it was so fire to me. So I went home and I was like, yeah, I gotta make that. So this is my take on a lobster and brie omelet from Another Broken Egg.
Broken Egg. Shout out to Another Broken Egg. So for this lobster brie omelet, we have our heavy cream. We got some avocado oil. You want like a light oil. You don't want nothing too smoky with a high cooking temperature. So if you didn't know that, oil does matter. We have some butter, some champagne. Okay, I didn't know. You know, that's a part of the dish. We're gonna see where that comes in. We have our whipped cream cheese. So if you don't buy it whipped, I'm pretty sure you can whip it up yourself. That's just getting it real smooth.
Real light and fluffy. We got lobster, of course. Okay. Some parsley, tomato, red bell peppers, green onions, and our eggs, of course. Okay.
In our lychee martini. Has nothing to do with this dish, but
Mine's not empty today. Somebody mentioned and commented to me on the first episode that I was sipping the hell out that lychee and that shit was gone from the first 10 minutes. Okay.
just
the whole episode.
That was your comfort object.
Not the lychee is the comfort object.
So I'm letting Jazz take the lead on this dish. I'm interested.
Yeah,
so
I'm chopping up some tomatoes. So let's continue the conversation about the friendship. So
before we jump into anything, we met on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
We met out the country 5 years ago in Mexico, and we hit it off immediately. Mm-hmm. And we've continued to grow our friendship over the years. Not only that, like, look at what we're doing together. And we also went on a trip recently this year. Mm-hmm. We went to Seattle to see Cardi B.
And that girl's trip.
And the girl's trip.
Really good.
Great. It went great. Like,
really good.
She brought me, like, imagine her telling her best friend, like, I'm just reading this. I met on vacation 5 years ago. She's coming. Her friend was cool with it, though. We love her. We love you, Angel.
Shout out, Angel.
Shout out, Angel. Yes. So, it was me, it was Jasmine's best friend, and then two other girls who I never met, but Jasmine was familiar with. So, just before that, how did that conversation go? Like, when you told your friends that I was coming?
So, because Angel's my bestie. She know me through and through. So, we know each other in and out. So, I said, I'm going to invite Tasia. First of all, the reason I invited you to begin with, because I thought that we was going to see a concert. And we bought tickets for Seattle, Washington, okay?
And not
I was like,
Washington, D.C.
Oh, let me call Tasia. We can stay with Tasia. She live out there. Mind you, whole time we bought tickets in Seattle, Washington State, across. I'm thinking Washington. This bitch live in D.C. Look on the map. Somebody get a map. Let's put a map up here. D.C. over here, Seattle over here. Okay,
across the country. But nonetheless, it was great.
We had a ball. But
yeah,
I was like, oh, we should go stay with my friend Tasia. We should go out there, see if she want to go to the concert. And she's like, all right, Jazz. I said, no, she cool. Like, she real chill. We get along well. She was like, well, if you say it, then it gotta be true. And that was one of the best. Like, I had a ball for real.
The whole time, y'all.
No drama.
In rainy Seattle, in the rain, nice Airbnb, no drama, good vibes, nobody, no competition, like. And I think that's where it gets tricky on the girls' trips. Like, most of the trips I've been on, I've had a trip with maybe a small hiccup. Like, I had a trip last year, a Friendsgiving at the beach with my friends, and they brought their kids, and we had an incident where when we first got to the house, I think a child got excited and was swinging from the towel rod in the bathroom and ripped it out the wall.
Ooh, in the B&B?
In the B&B, and I was quiet because I ain't got no kids. And
so who paid for it?
When they were having that conversation, and they asked me like, "So Tasia, what should we do?" And I was like, personally, I don't have kids. So that was my answer. I could tell my friend was a little irritated. All she did when I said it, she said, "Yuck." That's what she said. And then we went to dinner and everything else was good. We had a good weekend, but they figured it out. But that's the most, like, these are my childhood friends where this situation happened. So, you know, some things I feel like if you got a history and it's like a real good friend, sometimes history can withstand the test of time. What you think?
How long is your longest friendship? Like, do you have
I
high
have
school,
friends,
childhood friends that you're still friends with? Okay.
Like those friends that I went on the beach trip with, Friendsgiving, that are married, have kids. We've been friends since middle school, high school, college. And yes, things change because we're grown. Things definitely change. But for the most part, I have some long-standing relationships.
Okay.
What about you?
I do. I have.
Can you tell me something a little bit?
2 good friends. I think it's good.
Okay.
I have 2 good friends that I've been friends with since the 7th grade. So going on 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can call them anytime and we can just pick back up where we left off. So definitely my best friend Angel. We've been friends for 10 years. I met her when I moved to Atlanta. So yeah. Definitely, I think I'm a type of person, quality over quantity. Like I don't need to be liked. I don't need to have a bunch of fluff around me. I don't like fake ass bitches. I like real, raw, authentic people. So I feel like my circle is really, really small because of that. And I'm cool with that.
So tell me what you think about this, because this is something that I think about pretty often. I've seen this a lot. People say a friend to many is a friend to none.
That is,
and I don't agree with that.
No, you can. I think I agree.
I'm gonna say this. For me, I have always really been a girl's girl. I went to a women's college, so I think those dynamics, like I just really understand women. I love girls. I love meeting girls, and I love making new friends. But I know how to categorize my friends, and I don't get mixy. Like I don't, like people say if you have a lot of friend groups and stuff, like all you doing is being messy and hopping from friend to friend and telling, and I never have done that. I never have gotten my friends caught up in no drama with each other. I don't tell my friends nobody business. I have friends that I met at the club and who later came to my birthday dinner. We've been friends, like we've had great times together. I have had people, I've become friends with people off social media. Like I met you at the country.
Yeah.
So I am that girl who, like, you might be like, that bitch got a lot of friends, and I do, but I feel like I really exude love, good energy, good vibes. Like I ain't no messy bitch.
Yeah, I agree with that. I believe you're really like that. So, but the statement of a friend to many is a friend to none. I think, cause I feel like me and you are a lot of the same. Like anywhere I go, I can make a friend. We can talk about things all day long. I feel like I'm a girl's girl as well, but I'm very selective of who I consider like a friend.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like we can go and talk and be cordial and, you know, have conversation, meet new people, love doing all of that. But those people are not your friends. A lot of times, the friend that you are and the person, you said a lot about how you are.
Yes.
And the problem lies in that energy
knowing
don't
where
be
to
reciprocated.
People. Yes, knowing where to categorize people.
Is not your friend.
Sure.
So I think that's where I agree with the statement of a friend to many is a friend to none, because just because we exude that type of energy or we look at people that certain way,
that's true.
They don't, that 9 times out of 10, that energy isn't always reciprocated. And a lot of times people just like to be around you and they're energy suckers. Like they just like to be around you because you have those qualities and you can get into certain rooms and you know, you're gonna attract a certain crowd when you're out because of your energy. And a lot of people just like to be around that, and I don't think that makes them your friend.
That's true.
They just want to be
They just
part
around
of,
for certain things.
Yeah, because when it comes down to it, those people, would you be able to call them and say, hey, I'm in a pickle right now.
Yes.
I got XYZ going on. Can I borrow $20?
Yeah. And a lot of times when it comes down to that, that's a very hurtful situation. And that comes with a lot of pain when you realize that you hold people to a standard that they never even considered you. Mm-hmm. Like I had a friend that happened to, her and this girl, they were really good friends. They movies together, party together, go out to dinner together from time to time, like share girl talk. And then when it came down to it, I think the girl had a baby shower and my friend didn't get invited. And the girl's comeback was, I invited like my friends, my close friends. It was only my close friends. And she was like, damn, I thought we were close friends. I thought I would have invited you to my baby shower. I would have invited you to this and that and the third. And I had a situation like that where I was hurt really, really bad by a friend who I grew up with. We were like childhood buddies, like our mom's best friends. And life happened, but we never had an argument. We never disrespected each other. We was like thick as thieves. Mm-hmm. And I knew she was getting married up and like she told me when she thought she was getting engaged. She told me like all these great things that were happening in her life, and I was there for those things. And when it came time to her start planning her wedding, I didn't hear much from her. And I finally asked her, and it was like, we don't talk as much anymore. So I just knew I was gonna be a bridesmaid. I just knew I was gonna be a bridesmaid, and I knew she was gonna be a bridesmaid. I just knew. No matter the distance, just because of the history and the level of the friendship, I knew I would be at her wedding and she would be in mine. But it was a true test. It was just like we're in different areas of life, and she went more with the people who she is connected with in this moment. You know, in this time of her life, she chose to go with those people. But I don't fault her for that. I look at it like it was hurtful, and we talked about it, and I did end up being a part of her wedding. I was her something blue. We had to have a heart to heart. It was a sad conversation.
What is a something blue?
So you know when you get married, it's the old wives' tale, I guess, like something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. You ever heard of that?
I've heard of the same, but I've never heard of somebody's something blue at their wedding.
Yeah, I guess that's something new, but her something blue was me. Like her wedding colors were something else, and I wore a blue dress, and I walked down the aisle. Something blue. Something blue, honey. Something blue. I was something blue. So I felt blue, bitch. I was something blue. My emotions was blue.
No.
I was blue.
I don't know about that one.
It just was an eye-opener that every friendship, every relationship that you think is, I would do this is how it should be, just because of distance, just because of time, like just because we can pick up the phone. When it comes to those milestones, like some people look at things differently, and it just made me look at things differently.
I'm gonna have to look into that because I don't know if I something blue.
It must be a new trend or something. It must be something they probably got off the Knot, that magazine, that website. The Knot.
I don't know if I would want to be something blue.
You would have just said hell no.
I would say, you know what, baby girl. Whoa. I don't know if I could put my pride to the side and be something blue in somebody's wedding.
You'll be done with it.
What was the colors?
They won't blue.
What was everybody else wearing?
Rust orange.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I think my ego may be a little bit too. I don't want to be the only one in blue, because what that mean?
I don't know. Okay. I mean, I guess at that point it was no turning back, but
you know, you're a real friend. You're a good friend for showing up and following through. How do you feel about cutting people off? Have you had to cut any friends off? Block, remove, have tough conversations? How do you feel about that?
I had to have some tough conversations with friends. Like, you know how you just mentioned, like, your pride, right? We all got it. We all got it. And sometimes you do have to put that ego to the side.
You do.
And not be prideful. And number one, I really wish that my girls, friends, and when you love somebody, I wish women would extend the same grace to each other that they do to that nigga. Extend the same grace. Like, if you in a relationship, every relationship takes work, no matter the gender, whether it's your parent, your sibling, your man, your best friend, your homegirl, like, you have to be willing to have tough conversations instead of being on some shit like, they knew what they was doing, I'm done, I ain't talking about it, I'm done. Like, understand, I do think you have to express your hurt or your frustration. And the same way you would to fight for your intimate relationships, you have to fight for those friendships that are long withstanding, that have been through the test of time.
But I also think, I agree with that 100%. But I also think at the same time, sometimes, like when your friend does something that bothers you or continues, like, you expect certain shit from a man, right? I think that's where the difference comes in, is because, like, a man is going to be a man, and we kind of have a certain expectation that they're going to let us down in some areas at some point in time.
Yeah.
Even a good man. But when it comes to your friends, like, you love them so deeply, and it's like, you continually keep letting me down. It's like,
So you're saying after you have told them?
I think in every situation, if they're truly your friend, if you're just cutting somebody off rip with no conversation, you have to question, was that really ever your friend?
That is very true.
I think I've done that before, and then I had to check myself and go back and be like, you know what, I owe her a conversation to address the issues that I have and I see, and then we'll see what happens after that. You know? And then after that, if I have a conversation with you and I brought it to your attention and I've opened the door to say, hey, tell me how you're feeling. Have I done anything that's made you feel some type of way? And you know, we both give each other room to speak on our feelings, and then we go after that conversation, and then the same stuff keeps reoccurring that we just addressed. At that point, for me, I'm just like, okay, I'm cool on you, because it's just like,
you don't care. Clearly, you don't care about the friendship. You don't care about my feelings.
It's given you really went in one ear and out the other. Like, it'd be like a couple weeks where it seemed like, okay, we back on track. You know, play as fuck up. You know, we have time for a human. But it's like, nah, you keep doing the same shit that we just talked about. Now you playing in my face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't do that. I don't do that with relationships, friendships. I'm in a season of reciprocity right now.
I agree.
I've overextended myself on many occasions. My cup has been drained, pouring into other people. And it's like, if you constantly doing that and not getting poured back into, people don't support you in the same way that you support them,
right?
Then it's kind of like you're not gaining anything from that, and it's just draining. Like, I have too much going on in my life to have any source of energy being sucked out of me for nothing.
I think it's always like, I'm a person, I don't mind having difficult conversations with anybody. Things really eat at me. Like, I have to get it off my chest. Whether I'm mad, whether it hurt me, whatever, like, good, bad, whatever, I'm gonna tell you how I feel. Shit, I'm gonna tell you make me very happy and I love you. And I'm also tell you, like, something you said, because it's gonna eat me up. Like, if I keep thinking about it, I have to let you know. And I don't mind being confrontational in that sense, like, but in a healthy way. I think when you are trying to confront your friend or have a difficult conversation, you need to know the friend. You need to go with some sense. Don't be going talking reckless, cussing, talking crazy. Like, you should still have some type of boundaries and respect for your friend. Like, don't let your emotions get you fucked up. Because I have been in physical fights with friends before. A long time ago. I know that's very bad. I have had I've had two different fights with friends. And no, I'm not a perfect person. I will say that. And I'm not going to say I'm an innocent party. But I felt like the lines and the boundaries were crossed in those.
What happened? What provoked that? Because I know it wasn't just off the muscle.
Yeah, they both happened in college. They were both in chaotic situations of, like, partying, being out, maybe, I don't know. Mm-hmm. But I am a pretty soft-spoken person for the most part. I'm not going rah, rah, rah. Mm-hmm. And I felt like in those situations where that happened, the people that I got into it with were rah, rah, rah. Mm. Like, I know one fight that I got in, me and her, we were in college.
Did you win?
Don't be messy. Don't be messy. Don't be messy. Don't be messy.
Did you win?
Let me say that.
Did you whoop her ass?
Listen, that one, it was one of those fights. Even my friends was like, it hurt them to see it. We didn't want to hurt each other. They said they could tell we was not trying to take it all the way there. Mm-hmm. You know, if it's a bitch on the street, we knocking and bucking and ready to fight. So hey, okay.
So but it was a tie.
It was a tie. I guess it was a tie, but it was. I didn't want to take it there. I did have to address the situation. I feel like it didn't have to play out the way it did, and we lived together at the time. We were roommates, and to this day, we're best friends. And it really damaged our relationship for a few years. She ended up moving back home. I finished, and then she ended up coming back to finish school. But it took a real hit on our relationship. But I tried to de-escalate the situation. And when I tried to walk away, because it was getting there. It was yelling. It was intense. And I tried to walk away because it was like, I ain't got time. And as I was walking, she both hand pushed me, like my back. I flew, bitch. So I turned around, and from there we was fighting because I did not want to hit her. I did not want to take it there. But if you push me, you hit me. I'm the type of person, if you get in my personal space, I feel like, and I've had friends say that too, like, I would never fight a friend, and I wouldn't, and I never am proud of that. But I do feel like at that moment, if you come at me like a bitch that you want to fight, are you my friend? Bless you.
If you ain't sneezing, it ain't season.
Okay. Bless you. Thank you. But I feel like if you could get mad because we're having a disagreement as my friend, and you can talk crazy to me, and you can get in my face and bitch, and
then you can
push
get these
me.
hands.
Yeah, at that moment.
Yeah.
Where is the respect? So I have had a situation, and I'm not proud of it, and I don't think it's good, but I feel like boundaries were crossed. That's just what that is. Well, what's the butter go to?
Yeah, you know, the more butter, the more better. So we just sauteed up all these vegetables. I season it up and get that all mixed in and melted. Once that melts, we're going to add some
action.
Champagne.
Yeah, this is coming together very nicely.
Yeah.
So I still have friends. Like I said, the girl that I got into a physical altercation with was a college friend, and we have still withstood the test of time. We're friends to this day. Like, we work together, we can still talk. Like, you know, it's a touchy subject, so we don't really bring it up. Like, we don't mind. But for a while,
past is the past.
For a while, we cannot talk about that shit.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. I'm glad y'all tied though, cause
but being friends with that person since it's been like 16 years now. And then I have I have a few other friends and a best friend that came from college, Capri. So let's talk about that, because Capri is my college best friend, and I've introduced her to several of the close people in my life, including Jasmine, and she has developed her own relationship with my friends, and that doesn't happen too often, where you can like literally bring your, like, the worlds collide. It's like your favorite. Remember back in the 90s on like Fresh Prince, when they used to bring a celebrity or somebody like Martin would come on a show, and it's like, like everybody, all these people here. That's what it feel like one of them 90s sitcom mashups, when you can bring your friends together and everybody just get along. You just sit back and be like, that's my friend.
That's how I feel about you and Angel.
Oh, yeah.
Angel loves you.
Her best friend, I love her. Like, she's so supportive. She's been going hard. Like, her vibes was good. They always good.
And you know what? You want to know a crazy story? Me and Angel actually fell out for a year too.
Ooh.
Yeah, some years ago. We didn't talk for probably a good year.
Over what? Is it too, like...
I really can't even pinpoint what it was specifically. I had just had Riley. I think I was going through some postpartum depression, changes, life. And she had a lot going on in her life. And I think we just kind of
drifted apart.
At the time, we didn't understand, like, I think we both wanted each other to show up more. Yeah. And it kind of we just stopped talking. And then just reached out and was like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Getting to a point.
It's not that deep. I think it was about a year, yeah. So it's like, it happens. It happens to the best of us.
So do you think it was one of those situations where you felt like you were in a season like, I'm a new mom, I need support, and maybe she felt like, yes, you are a new mom and you're going through your changes, but I got life going on too. Whether I'm not a mom, but I might be got my shit going on too. Like,
yeah,
just that reciprocity.
Yeah, I think definitely, because we was the type that we talk every day, all day, do everything together. So I think it was just like a hard time for me. It was a weird time. Yeah, for sure. And I really, like, even when we had that conversation, we was like, I really can't pinpoint what even happened. That we didn't speak to each other for so long.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
That's my worst fear. Like, that's why it's important to make things right. My best friend had a situation with her really close childhood friends, and in the midst of them not talking, she lost her father. Her father died.
You know, I feel like that happens a lot too. Like, someone will die and it kind of brings you back into reality. Like, was it really that deep? Like,
yes, but that's the things I feel like should not happen. I think you should not wait until something happens, when somebody's grieving or whatever, to like decide to show up, because then you regret it. Even a wedding, I have two girls I know that were like really good friends since forever, and their fallout caused her not to be a part of the other's wedding. And I'm actually going through something like that now. Yeah. So I will say, when we talk about those life changes and expectations, like, I am to the point where when it comes to friendships, everybody is going to go through changes, good or bad. But in the midst of that, I don't think your happy or sad moments should dictate like what you expect to receive from a friend. So what I mean by that is, because I am having a baby, or because I'm about to get married, that doesn't mean, oh, everybody needs to, I'm getting married, check on me, cater to me, cater only to me. It's always I have something happy going on, or I feel like you're not showing up for me, and I'm in this season of my life. And then you think about certain things, because in that other friendship that I mentioned with the when I wasn't in the wedding, right? So I feel like those people who I had some issues with, people who felt like Tasia wasn't showing up and they wanted to distance themselves, I was feeling fucking bad. And then I thought about it. When did you call me?
Yeah.
The same way you're upset about me not reaching out, me not coming to see you. What about me? What about you initiate the link ups? What about you pick up the phone? And there were cases where I was looking like I was the one calling. I was the one checking in more. So what are we really talking about? And at that moment, that's when I was like, I just started bowing out gracefully, because we can't sit here and keep arguing about who's the better friend, who showed up for who, because I have some friendships and relationships with people who I don't talk to all the time, but they make it very fucking easy for me. They don't hold nothing against me. I can pick up the phone. It can be months, it can be weeks, and I see you, how you doing, you looking good, you been traveling, what's been going on, bitch, we ain't talked, I see you got engaged, you about to have your baby, like, how's the family, how's your mom, how's your dad, like, and then some people just maybe require more. But that don't make it bad. So when you mention like you being able to put your pride aside sometimes, or not being tit for tat, like at what point?
I lied about that actually. I'm very tit for tat.
Okay.
Let me rewind.
What you mean by that?
Tit for tat.
Tat for tit.
If you want to go low, I'm finna go to hell.
Okay, so what's the lowest?
If you want to do some petty shit, I'm finna be pettier.
Ooh.
That might be a little childish. I might need to grow up, but I think sometimes people need to see a reflection of themselves to really like get the fucking picture, okay? Because anytime I fell out with somebody or any reason you don't like me is because I became a mirror of you, and you don't like yourself, okay?
And that's what it boils down to, like.
And when you add 1 + 1, that's what equals 2, okay? But I'm very big on showing people
the same
a reflection of themselves. Like, you do good by me, I'm gonna do 10 times better. You treat me well, I'm gonna go out my way to. I'm very competitive. I want to outdo. Like, you know what I'm saying? You treat me well, I'm gonna try my best to go out my way.
This is smelling amazing.
I think we should taste it. I'm waiting for. I put that Brie cheese in there, a couple slices. We're gonna let that all melt.
I'm excited to see how this is gonna turn out. I never had it before.
I know, it's been a minute since I made this. All right, y'all. So we moved the sauce over here into this pan, and then we're gonna add in our lobster meats into the sauce, and then I put a couple lobster claws to the side. We're gonna add that in the lobster, in the middle of the lobster. I mean, middle of the omelet.
Look at that, nice chunky.
And then while we got that going, we're gonna do our omelet on this side. So we'll add like a little bit of butter. Boom, we got action.
Boom. About the boundaries. So when you go public and everybody know your friend business, like, you know how when Ari and Tucson fell out, they did the impact. Tucson came out. Ari was supposed to get him a car. She promised him a car. It got real messy on social media. And we ain't really heard from Tucson since. Like, I don't know if Ari wiped the internet clean of him, but I don't know. He should have played his cards right, because now he ain't even with the gang. I don't see him with Tay no more. And he could be with the crew, but he fucked up. I think when you cross that boundary and you start going public about your business with your friend, I don't think it's no coming back from that.
Yeah.
The same thing, it's been really sad too. If you watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, I don't know if you know Portia. Her best friend Shania, they've been friends since like middle school, high school. They have fallen out, and they're going through this publicly on a platform, on TV, and then they're still filming together. They're still in the same circle, and then it gets really messy because then they have their friends who are playing both sides. Like, so do you be thinking sometimes if you fall out with a friend and you get other friends involved, you do got to be careful about who you let infiltrate your shit, because they will make things worse. Instead of helping.
What about if you fall out with somebody, but you have a mutual friend? What if they're still friends with them? Like, how does that relationship change? Because I know a lot of people be like, if I fall out with you,
we ain't talking no more.
Yeah, the other friends, then that means they not talking to you. How do you navigate that?
I think that's fake. I feel like instead of falling back or acting weird, like, let that person know what's going on. But I think it just depends on how the dynamics of the friendship are. Because it's like, I don't know, me and you were to stop talking, like, would Angel still fuck with me? Or with Capri?
Let me tell you one thing about my friend Angel.
She don't do it. Damn.
If I fall out with you, she gonna fall out with you.
So tread lightly, ho.
My friend is a writer. I don't even have to tell her the story. If I say I don't fuck with that bitch, she don't fuck with that bitch.
So tread lightly when it comes to this one, okay? Now, Capri, depending on the circumstances, or you haven't met Shondell yet, but when you meet my friends, but Capri for sure, because she has a relationship with you, as long as it's nothing crazy, girl, she will still hang out with you.
If I just disrespected you, that makes sense. Like, if you know, it's a line that you can't cross.
Yeah. One thing that I've learned and realized over the years is I don't think this is something that kindergarten prepares you for. You really think of like best friends forever. What happened to that?
I think there's certain people you will have they'll be your best friend forever. Like, it's not gonna be everybody. Like, you can't have that expectation. Some people are meant for certain things. You got a friend to do this with, a friend to do that with. You know, different purposes, you know. Not everybody is meant to be a lifelong friend.
So, since this is almost done, you know, you ready to get into the aftertaste?
Yes.
So, for the aftertaste, We like to spice it up a little bit. We like to involve music, connected to the vibe, connected to the topic, what we're feeling. And this song, I ain't gonna tell you who it is, but I've been losing friends and finding peace. But honestly, that sounds like a fair trade to me. Okay? You know that?
That's a good one.
I've been losing friends and finding peace. But honestly, that sounds like a fair trade to me. Fair trade, Drake and Travis Scott. And it ain't nothing cute about losing friends. But when it comes with peace, when it's drama attached to that person, and if you always got to explain yourself, you always got to prove who you are. Like, I know of situations where you think you've been friends with somebody and they're supposed to know your character, but then they start coming at you like, damn, do you even know me?
If that's your friend, you're gonna go to them. You're not gonna go to them like this. You're gonna go to them thinking that they wouldn't even do. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't do you like that.
Exactly.
So
like I need clarity, friend.
Like, I know you don't get down like that.
The whipped cream cheese.
Oh yeah, we're gonna add some more slices of that brie and some more of that lobster. Ooh. You know what? Honestly, I forgot what song I had planned, but
it's okay.
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Who sings that?
You got a little
I can sing a little bit.
Okay. Why can't we be friends? Okay. Why can't we just all get along? Why? No, that's a good one. I don't know who sings that. Is that a reggae song?
I don't know.
Peace and harmony. Why everybody just can't get along? This is coming together so good, y'all.
I knew it was that
It's
simple.
easy. I know it might have seemed like a long process, but it's really not that bad.
I think just because we've been yipping.
Yappity.
We're gonna put some brie on there.
Ooh.
It's gonna get nice and melty, and then we're gonna put a couple of those lobster claws that we saved.
Look at this. Now this is luxury. This don't make no damn sense. This don't make no damn sense. This don't make no damn sense. Cooking in the kitchen, Let me get a plate.
All right. So we got our omelet here, the cheese and lobster in there all melty. And we're just gonna pour this sauce over the top.
Yowzers. Yabba dabba do, bitch. What? Oh.
Get all of
Looks
that.
so good. Oh my god. Oh yeah.
I need some more lobster. I need another big old piece. Oh, look at that.
Ooh. Damn, bitch.
Do we need more?
You might outdid it. No, I'll say for now.
That's good.
Get our. Yeah. Yeah. Look, guys, look at this.
And we're gonna top it off with some parsley.
Oh,
yes.
y'all. This looks like heaven on earth. Ooh. This is pizza and champagne. Because again, we want to make you feel confident in the kitchen. We want to teach you that everything doesn't have to be difficult. You can elevate it by just, fuck the regular bacon and cheese omelet. You got a lobster brie omelet. And yes, sometimes the process is a little long, but we got there, okay? And the reward when you get to eat it and know that you made it is the best part of cooking. So, with that being said, yeah, let's taste it. I'm ready. I don't even know where to start. I want some of the good. Wow.
Thanks. Ooh.
It's succulent. We done talked about everything friendship. And I know we talked about a lot, but I know some of y'all over there just itching like, you got your own experience. Drop in the comments, tell us what you think. What's your craziest friendship experience? What really grinds your gears? What is it that we didn't discuss? Because it gets treacherous out here.
It's scary.
We're going to enjoy this lobster and brie omelet. Catch us on the next episode of Pizza and Champagne. We had a great time. Next Thursday. Peace.
Cheers.